So this is the Poco phone F1. The whole world is just talking about that thing. There are so many great reasons. Could be the one possible such reason is this is the cheapest flagship phones you can buy right now. So there could be two reasons why this phone is so cheap. Number one could be maybe the Xiaomi is not taking as much profits like other companies are doing. Another reason could be there could be huge cost compromise, maybe on the display quality. Like I said, it is not the AMOLED, the camera may not be the great, it's not having the wireless charging, the material used may not be great. So we are just leaving all things except the durability. Today we are going to find out how durable this phone is. So guys, let's do the durability test of this Poco phone F1, see how durable this phone is. So this is the phone right now, just unboxed. So we'll be doing a couple of things in checking the durability of this phone. Obviously the scratch test, just to verify what kind of construction they are using. Then as always, I used to do the bend test just after the scratch test, but now I am doing the water test before, because like you can see recently with the Honor Play, during the bend test the screen just popped out, so easily water can get in. So we'll be doing the next the water test, then later on we'll be doing the bend test, and the last we have the drop test, just to verify how the screen holds up. So let's start with the scratch test first. I'm just going to take out these things and we are going to verify what is the construction used in this phone. Basic scratch protector, which you can assume sort of. So that's a beautiful looking phone. Anyways, starting off with the back panel first going to check out the branding. The branding is just printed. You can easily remove it. Other than that, there is nothing else here. So we can write a clear name here. So this is the metal. As you can see, there's a complete shine on that. So this is your Poco phone F1. So it is made out of the aluminum. How about the chassis? So this is not made out of the metal. You can see this is a plastic part. You can easily cut through very easily. So that's why there is some kind of a cost cutting compared to the other phones like the Redmi phones, which you can see made out of the metal. You cannot cut it. This side also. So the whole chassis is made out of the plastic. These are the pieces which are coming out. How about the fingerprint sensor? Let's see if it works or not. First, I'm just going to turn the phone on, and we will set that fingerprint later, and we're going to verify it. So before to that, the camera module, it is unscratchable. There is no scratch at all. It's completely fine. LED light is separate. You can easily scratch it. There should not be any problem. Light will be bright always. I've just done the setup of the device, so we are going to verify the fingerprint sensor. So far it is very quick. It is unlocking fine. So when I scratch it, so seems like fingerprint sensor is made out of the ceramic. Unlike the other phones which we have seen here, they all are made out of the metal, especially on the budget phones. So all are scratched, but still they are working. So they are using the same thing like the OnePlus is doing. There's ceramic fingerprint sensor which you cannot scratch it. There's no single scratch at all on the fingerprint sensor, so it should be working pretty much fine. And how about the buttons? Buttons are made out of the metal. I cannot chip it apart. They are made out of the metal. Volume buttons are also metal. So you can see the shining here. That's why this is metal. And how about this SIM tray? SIM tray is made out of the plastic. I can easily scratch it. It is made out of the plastic. So now it's time to see the durability of this screen. So far it is scratchless. There is no scratch at all. so far there is no scratch at all. If I just show you, just by locking the screen, there is no scratch at all. Let's try with the opposite direction. It is very sharp. So even if it is Gorilla Glass 3, it should be scratch proof with the regular knife. There should not be any problem. There is no scratch at all. Let's try out this slicer knife. You can cut the actual chicken with that. So can you make a dent on it? I don't see there is any dent on it here. On either side the screen is just completely scratch proof. So now it is time to do the waterproof test. There is no any official sort of certification like this phone can survive in the water or not. So still I'm just going to do a splash test. We are going to put our phone inside 30 seconds of thing, because mostly if it is not a splash proof, on the 30-second phone will die, like the Galaxy On 6, which was not the even splash proof. So that just died in 5 seconds. So let's put the phone in this bucket, and I have the water. I'm just going to fill it and let's see. So this is the bucket of water, and I'm just going to start the timer, and here we have the stopwatch. Just going to put this thing here. It is going nice and fine. I'm just going to start the timer here like that. So 3, 2, 1. Actually the timer stopped. So I'm just going to count with my screen. Let's see. So we are going to complete almost 30 seconds, I guess more than that. 10 seconds it took to start me this thing. So let's see if the phone survives in the around 40-45 seconds on the water or not. So I'm just going to clean off the excess water. So far fingerprint sensor is working fine. Touch is good. It's unlocking fine. Let's play some ringtone and see. So speaker is working fine. There is no problem at all. The water did not went inside. It's working great. How about the camera? The camera is working fine. Rear camera is working good. How about the front camera? So camera is also working fine. So phone seems to be a little bit of a splash proof. The speakers are working fine so far, but still if you see, maybe after a few days the phone may stop working. So do follow me on the Twitter. I will let you guys know if the phone start working or not. So far all the phones which we have tested on this channel, which are not a splash proof, they are still working and they are great. So now it is time to do the bend test. Let's see how the construction of the phone is in terms of the bend. So first I'm going to bend the phone from the screen side. Let's see how solid is the phone is. So 3, 2, 1. So since this is plastic, there should not be any kind of a major flex. Like you can see on the plate, it is flexed and the screen is coming out. So this is again the advantage of having the plastic chassis. There is no any permanent deformation. It will simply regain the shape. Now let's try to bend from the back direction. Already my thumbs are paining, but still let's give it a try. 3, 2, 1. So bend wise this phone is good. There is no problem at all, and still it is completely intact. It's in the fine shape. I tried to bend it from all the maximum direction. It just rebooted, so there should not be any problem. Maybe I just pressed accidentally the power button. So it is working great. So now it is time to do the final test on the Poco Phone F1. So we have passed the scratch test, bend test, waterproof test. Now let's see the drop test. Now from the usual height 2 to 3 feet height. Then from the 5 to 6 feet height, if you're talking, you drop your phone accidentally. So I'm just going to drop it from the different angles on the top, bottom, rear side, screen side. Let's see whether the phone survives or not. So as of now it is perfectly working, screen is okay. So let's start the test first with the usual 3 feet height. I'm just going to drop the phone facing the bottom side. So let's see the phone survives or not. 3, 2, 1. So the Poco phone F1 cracked on the first drop. This is just facing this side, the back side, and I can see the glass came out. So far display is working, it is fine, but it just cracked. This is surprising. I mean all the phones that I have dropped, they just survived almost all the drops from the usual 3 feet height, and this phone is 200% sure it is going to die. I'm just, if I just drop from the up to 5 feet 6 feet height. Anyway, let's move further, and we have this glass piece here. So I'm just going to drop from this top side. Let's see about that. I'm just going to show you the screen here. So 3, 2, 1. So this time it is okay, but yeah, we got the crack here. So definitely they are not using Gorilla Glass 5, they could be using Gorilla Glass 3. So let's drop facing the rear side. Let's see about that. So 3, 2, 1. So the build quality of this phone is really poor compared to the budget phones too. You can see we have got so many cracks here. If I just increase the brightness, you can see there's a hell lot of spider webs here in so many places. So not sure, like, what kind of cost cutting they have done. And you can see the complete metal, this glass is actually out. I can see the internals of this phone. So now let's try to drop it facing the screen side. Already this is cracked. Let's see how far the phone is working. So I'm just going to drop it facing the screen side. Here we go, from the 3 feet height. 3, 2, 1. So what is going to happen? Wow. So the display stopped showing some kind of problem. You can see this is just now this area. I guess there's so many glass pieces are coming out, and this, you can see some weird line here. That means the display started showing their sign. So these are the reason where companies are, places where companies are doing a lot of cost cutting to make the phone cheap. And you can see there's a blue line here. So I think this one is completely going to die. Anyway, I'm just going to increase the height. Let's drop from the facing 5 feet height, same place where our display first got cracked. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So we got one more major portion here, and as you can see, we can see the inside of the phone. The complete screen is now dead, almost dead. It is, the touch is not responsive, and you can see this is a machine part, this circuit here. So far it is working, but somehow this is just working, and I'm seeing so many glass pieces here. So let's drop it from the top side. See how about that, from the 5 to 6 feet high. 3, 2, 1. So it's just bleeding out here. So this portion is completely dead from here. No such thing like those amazing wonderful lines you can see here. Anyways, the next is the second last facing the rear side. I'm just going to drop it and see. 3, 2, 1. Oh my god, this is just so crazy. This is just dancing screen, you can see. So that happens when the display of the phone cracks. Then you can see these kinds of weird stuff on your phone. So now the final moment of truth. Just going to drop this phone and make this phone die from the 5 to 6 feet usual height. Anyway, Poco, good job. You saved a lot of money in making the poor build quality. So 3, 2, 1. So what is your prediction? Is the phone is going to survive or not? Wow. It's I don't know, nobody can use it. The touch is not working. It is just like, accidentally activating any part of the touch. So guys, that's your Poco phone F1, the complete failure on the drop test. Now this is the most I can say the fragile phone that I have seen. In fact, I have dropped so many phones. This is a 12,000 rupees phone, still working fine, doesn't have any kind of Gorilla Glass, just working. And the phones which are, you know, just 19,000 rupees, this Honor Play, still it is working, there is no Gorilla Glass on it. The Mi A2, which is again slightly costly, Gorilla Glass 5 on it, because they haven't done any kind of cost cutting, that's why they are super durable. But this phone just cracked from the just first on the first drop, just from that angle. And you know, this phone has the same Gorilla Glass 3 like on the Moto A5 Plus. This phone just also got cracked completely. So that kind of thing you have to, you know, to kind of sacrifice if you're making such a low budget flagship. So do try to use some kind of a good number of the cases, otherwise, you know, you may end up getting this kind of problem. And these are the, you know, glasses thing which are coming out. So I will say this phone is completely failed in terms of durability. Time to wrap this video. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Saurabh. Talk to you guys in the next video very soon. Till then, have a great day.